So, you found a pattern that you absolutely love, but you're just not too happy with the size. Maybe it's a little too big for you. You like a cute little small bag you can grab on the go. Or maybe it's not big enough. Maybe you like to carry your whole life in your bag. Do you, boo? But whatever the case, you want to change the size. Guess what? It's not that hard. You can do it. So keep watching and I'm going to show you. Actually, Tara's going to show you how you can modify printing the size of your pattern. What's up everyone? It's Rayvon from Love Lola. Welcome to my channel.
So first thing is first, we need Adobe Reader to download our file and print it. So over to the Google, Adobe Reader, and search. Skip this first one, it's an ad from Adobe. Come down here to get.adobe.com/reader. Click that link. It is a free PDF viewer of PDF files. From here, follow the prompts and download Acrobat Reader. Notice that Adobe Acrobat Reader. If somebody calls it Acrobat, somebody calls it Adobe, the point is we're looking for a reader for your PDF files. Whenever you download a pattern, you want to open it with this program and the most recent program. So if you need to, have an update through your Adobe program. Now, next step, we're going to open our file. When I download files, they go straight to my downloads. Here is the Swoon Brooklyn. Double click and open that up. If PDF files are not already associated to Adobe Reader, you may get a prompt asking you, do you want to open this file with Adobe Reader or another tool? Be sure to choose that. You'll see in the top left corner you have that little Adobe Reader sign. The next thing you want to make sure of is that you have this toolbar right across the top. In Windows, if I hit F9, it hides and displays that toolbar. So F9 one more time brings it back. F9 hides it. Again, F9 brings it back. You also have an arrow on each side of your screen that helps you get more menu options. On the left, if you tap that arrow, it gives you things like layers, stuff like that. For clothing patterns, those are important. For patterns that have layers, that's important. For this file, it's not. What we want to do today is we want to print the traveler size Brooklyn, so the big version, at 150%. So I'm just going to scroll down enough that we can see the print instructions here. Print the pattern at 100%. That's how we normally print our pattern. In this case, we want to print the traveler size, pages 25 to 34. Head to File, and you're going to go to Print. The other way you can get here is by using this Control P command. So hold the Control key and hit P, and that will also bring up this print screen. So step one, when you get to the print screen, always select your printer first. Here, I have the Brother, but I could print to PDF, but I want to print to my Brother printer. I'm printing pattern pieces, so I generally change it to grayscale, black and white. Not important. I could also save ink and toner by printing in a lower quality, because it's line drawings. However, to print, we want to change our paper or pages Let me double check this, just moving my screen a bit. Page 25 to 34. So change our pages. 25-34. And then we want to go to poster printing. Poster printing is going to allow us to change our scale to 150. So 150%, and we're going to tile our pages. So you can see on the right-hand side how it changed to 4 pages to print the one pattern piece. The next thing I like to do is I like to give myself some overlap. And you could change this to 1/4 inch, which is 0.25, or you can leave it. The next one is I like to add my cut marks. Okay? What that does is where the pages then overlap, it gives you cutting marks in the corners and identifies where you're going to overlap. At this point, I'm ready to go. Remember, every letter size or A4 page size is going to become 4 pieces of paper. So if I'm printing pages 25 to 34, it may be 10 pages. It has now become 40 pages. Now for this demo, I'm going to swap this over to Adobe PDF so that I'm printing to PDF so that I can show you what these pages look like. So I'm going to just take page 25 and I'm going to hit print. And this is actually printing to another PDF file so that I can show this to you. I'm going to go to my downloads folder. 150. That's going to give me my 4 pages from the one page, but printed at 150% or scaled to 150%. So you can see it's 4 pages. I'm going to zoom out so you can see in the top right corner and the bottom right corner, you have cut marks and overlap marks. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on that bottom right corner so that you can see it a little bit better. Right here. So this is going to be the markings that'll allow you to cut and overlap your pieces so that you get the right size. So when you print, you'll also get these little markings in the corner to help you scale things, connect things.
Okay, so first let's go over the cut pieces that I made that I modified. Okay, so I did add pockets to the front of my bag, and then I added a little strap kinda with the square rings attached for the handle. So the pocket that I added to the front, I cut that 12.5 inches long or wide by 9 inches high. And I do have a pocket on the front and the back. You don't have to add a pocket on both, but that's what I did. And so I cut 2, one for the front, one for the back. And then I also cut, instead of using waterproof canvas for the inside of this pocket, I'm going to be using vinyl just because I'm using a little bit of that color somewhere else and I want just a tad bit of it to pop, to peek out. And also because I will not be interfacing this pocket because I feel like these two vinyls are sturdy enough to where it won't be necessary. Anything I can do to skip interfacing, I'm doing it, okay? So those are our pockets for the front and the back. Now, bring this back. Next to the pocket, we are going to be adding this material for our square ring to attach to. I'm using 1.5 inch hardware, so make these straps according to what you're using. This is a big bag if you're doing 150%, so I recommend at least 1.5, maybe even 2 inches. But anyway, for the strap piece that's gonna go next to the pocket, I cut those 15 inches by 3 inches. And what we're gonna be doing is drawing a line down the middle and folding it in so that it's going to wind up being 1.5 inch and going down the side like that. I am going to be interfacing these straps with Self-Use Heavy because it's the handle, you know, it's or it's going to be attached to the handle, so I do want to make sure that that is interfaced. All right. So we need 4 of these. 4 of these pieces to go on either side of the pockets if you're doing pockets like me. Or even if you're not doing pockets, you still are going to need that to attach to the handle. So 4 of these pieces that are 14 by 3 inches. Is it 14? 15 by 3 inches. There's no point in you taking the time and wasting the paper to print out your main panel piece because it's just a rectangle, right? So just use your math. So I can't give away the measurements, but let's just say that your main panel was 5 inches by 10 inches. You would do 5 times 150%, and that would be 7.5. So it would now be 7.5 inches, and 10 times 150% would be 15 inches. Does that make sense? So whatever in this pattern, or whatever pattern you're making, if it's a square or a rectangle, then go ahead and multiply it by whatever percentage you're increasing it, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to print that out. With that being said, also, if you do print this out, you'll notice that that little indentation at the very top corner is going to be bigger. But we don't want it bigger because that's where our zipper is going. So you're going to keep that same measurement that's there on the original print and use it. You don't want to switch that up. So in the top left and right corner, just make a measurement 1/2 inch wide by 1 inch high. And that's going to be that mark in that corner, okay? You don't want to change that up. All right. I interfaced both of my main body pieces with Self-Use Plus, and it feels great. I also went ahead and interfaced my bottom piece with Self-Use Plus. And for stabilizing, I am going to be adding a bit of Pel-on-Pel Tex 70 to the bottom, but we're not going to do that until after we have finished and birthed this bag, because we're not trying to do all that turning with that heavy material. We're going to just take that piece that we cut out and we're going to slide it in, and if you would like to use some kind of adhesive or glue, you can do that. I don't even do that because it tends to want to stay in its place. All right. I think that's all we need as far as my modifications. Oh, the little piece that's gonna go on the bottom, the decorative piece that goes on the bottom in the corner. When I did this bag, I did not have it go all the way across. I took my piece, and I don't have it with me, and I basically just sketched this. I just sketched it and made that curve go down and cut it. and just put them in the four corners. That's an option. Today I may actually go ahead and connect it all the way through. I make things up as I sew. That's just the way that I do it. I'm best at improvising. So you can do that. If you would like to modify, like I said, I just freehanded, drew that down, and that was it. If you want it to go all the way across, if you don't want to do all that printing, once you've got this piece printed out, you can trace it onto the fabric that you're using and just measure the length of this bag. You know, measure the length of this main panel piece, place this on your fabric that you're going to be using. Let's see, for example, let's say I'm using this. I would place it on my fabric, and then I would measure how long this main panel is from side to side. And let's say, I'm just making this up, it's not accurate. Let's say it's 20 inches. I would then just measure down 20 inches on the fabric that I'm cutting out of. And once I get to the 20-inch mark, I would just place that piece mirrored, get it traced out, and then I would just get a ruler and connect it from that end to the other end. I hope that makes sense. Just in case you have a problem printing out that mid piece or you just don't want to waste that paper. All right, I think that's it. Okay, so the top handles that you hold the bag by, I made those 22 inches long, and I made them 1.5 inches wide. So if you're doing that, then if you make it 1.5, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna need to make it 6 inches wide by 22 inches long if you're going to fold it over 4 times. I did use a two-tone, or I made a two-tone strap for mine. If you're gonna do that, then you need to cut 2 pieces for each strap, and they need to be 3 inches, yeah, 3 inches wide by 22 inches long, and then you're gonna, you know, fold it in. I'll go over that in the video where I'm actually doing it. I'm just trying to get you prepared for the cut pieces. So if you're gonna do the two-tone, you're gonna need 4 pieces cut, 2 in one color, 2 in another, and they're gonna be cut 3 inches by 22 inches long. I think that's it. We went over the pocket. Okay, to sum it up really quick, the 2 pockets that are going to go on the front of the bag are going to be cut 12, they're 12.5 inches high and 9 inches across, okay? And then the strap that's going to go on the side of that to anchor to the strap handle, that's going to be cut 15 inches by 3 inches. Yes, so that's that. And then the piece that's going to be connected to that, which is the strap handle, that's going to be cut 22 inches long. And then depending on if you're going to use two-tone or not, you know, we went over that already. All right, that's it. That's it so far. There is one more piece, the piece that we're going to be connecting the long adjustable strap to, but we'll go over that when we get to it. No big deal. Whoopsie! I almost forgot about this piece. So this is the traveler size side clip connector. Get this cut out and pay attention to what size hardware that you're using, because you are going to need to modify this bottom piece, this middle piece, to fit your hardware. So all you have to do is just measure it and then modify. You can trim that where that dart goes in to the size that you need. I hope that makes sense. You can modify anything, just make it work for you. If you have any questions about how to get that to be the size that you need for the hardware, this is the piece that goes on the bottom of the bag. This goes on the bottom of the bag and it's connected to a D-ring or whatever ring that you can, I lied. I think this is the piece that goes on the end of the zipper. The power of the internet. Yes, this piece is what's going to go on the end of the bag where the zipper ends. And then on the other side is going to be your swivel hook that is going to connect to the D-ring on the very bottom of the bag. And that's what makes the bag become, you know, scrunchy. You can leave the bag upright, or you can connect those side zipper pieces or the side pieces of the bag and have it scrunch a little bit. I'm going to try to put a picture right here to show you what I'm talking about. I do recommend that you interface all of your pieces because we're dealing with a big bag, so it's going to be heavier than usual. So go ahead and interface everything. I am a fan of So Fuse Heavy, so that's what I'm going to be using. Know your machine. You can make this bag on a domestic if you use the correct fabric for your domestic. So don't feel defeated. You can make it. You got it. Just know your machine. Know the material that you're using. Keep the interfacing out of the seams. Yeah, so it can be done. Don't be discouraged. What else? I think that's it. I am going to be using Tex Flex. Kraft Tex. And let me show you what I'm going to be doing with that really quick, just so you can have an idea. Okay, so this is our main panel. And this is where that pocket is going to be going. This is the straps that's going to be going up the side. Okay, and I am going to be cutting a piece of Kraft Tex. Oh, Kraft Tex. I'm cutting some of that. I'm going to be cutting that and I'm going to be placing it behind this panel piece. So it's going to be cut about, I'm probably going to cut it about 14 inches. Okay, so what we're going to do is once we have it on that back, I'm going to give you a measurement later where to place it. It's basically going to be centered. You're going to place it in the center of this main panel. And you're going to take the Kraft Tex and I'm going to use, I use an adhesive. And I just adhere it to here to hold it. Just to hold it well enough so that when I turn it over and place my pocket and get it attached, that it's going to stay on for that process. And then it'll be adhered to the back of it. And then we'll be good to go. And it'll also be there to attach to this. So I just like it because it gave my bag a little bit more structure. Like, because I don't want to use a stabilizer in the whole bag and the whole bag is stiff. I also don't like using foam. So when I did that, it just gave a little bit of extra to help the bag to stay upright. And I also used it in the corners last time. I put it on the back side. I did the same thing. I attached some of it to the back. And then, you know, when I added this on, it caught it. So it gave that oomph to make the bag stand up on the bottom. And today I think I might go across the whole bottom. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I think that's it, y'all. So, again, I apologize for taking so long to get this done. You know, life happened and it was crazy. I don't know if I said it in the beginning because I'm losing my memory. But, yeah, my machine broke. I got so many orders. Then I decided I was going to Sew Magical. Like, it's just life has happened. And I finally have got it together. Thank God. Thank God for my friends, because the person who ordered this is actually a friend. He's my boyfriend's best friend. And he ordered this quite a while ago. And he has just been so patient and just giving me so much grace in getting this made. So, Orlando, thank you so much, brother, for not being like, look, girl, give me my bag or give me my money. You've been very nice, and I think too nice, because I've been too lax on this, so I need to get it done. But anyway, yeah, so that's our pieces, our cut pieces. I'm going to be getting started today, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow we can do a live as we work on this. So, yeah. Yeah, so if you have any questions whatsoever on getting this printed out, hit up Tara. No, I'm just kidding. If you have any questions or if you have any issues or problems printing it out, go ahead and comment down below. I will do my best to help you, although I am not the best at this crap, but I will do my best to help you. And if you have any questions about the dimensions or measurements or whatever, also hit me up. I check them all, so I will get back with you. But anyway, yeah, that's it, and I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Bye.